Hi, welcome to Making All the Plants. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. I am getting to my goals a little late this month, but I do want to go ahead and get them done for the month of July. I have been debating on whether or not I should do monthly goals now that I have my HB90 goals, my summer bucket list, and my home maintenance checklist. But I'm trying to pull that all together into one so that I can have it all in one spot. And then going forward, we'll see whether or not we will continue to do these monthly goal setting sessions. So I have been enjoying carrying the theme across from my monthly. So these are all the extra stickers left over from my monthly planning session. And let's get to that page. But here is July. I have added a few things since we planned together. And I probably will end up having to add some more soccer games. But for now, I have added the soccer scrimmage on Monday and the soccer tournament for this weekend. I am going to take this opportunity to put some post-it notes on August so that I can start thinking about what my August will look like. But I normally just take these small post-its and rip them in half and put each item on the calendar. I do like to put the date on the post-it, so when I go to take them off to decorate my page, I know which date they are supposed to belong to. So when I go to put my box stickers in, then I can look at the date that is on the little post-it. So as you can see, my kids have haircuts on the 1st, and let me bet that that is going to be the date that they do soccer pictures, and I'm going to have to reschedule that. But for now, Ben and Kenzie both have hair appointments on the 1st of August. And then I have jury duty that continues into August. On the 3rd, my bestie and I are going to get our colors done. We just thought it would be something fun to do together that is not travel related. And then on the 6th, there's a dentist appointment for my son. I do the launch live session later that day. I have Natalie's birthday, Brandon's birthday. Our anniversary is on the 13th. And then just like that, it's time for school to start. My son's first day of school is on the 14th because he is also going to the VOTEC school. So he'll go to VOTEC the 14th through the 20th, and then our district starts on the 21st. So both kids will be going all day starting the 21st. So from the 14th to the 20th, he will just be doing half days, and then starting on the 21st, he will be doing all day, half day at the VOTEC, and half day at the district. And then my bestie's birthday is on the 15th, and it's a bummer that I also have jury duty, but maybe that will get canceled and I'll be able to get together with her. And then on the 21st, my daughter also has an eye appointment. It was near impossible to find an appointment for her, so I just took what I could, and it happened to be the first day. I'm also wondering about jury duty, and I just needed to double check that those are the actual dates. I thought it was weird that I didn't have a date the week of the 5th, but I don't. So I guess that's just how it goes here. And then on the 24th, there's a birthday and a golf tournament. And on the 31st, I leave for Seattle. And then I will come back and add soccer games, but not practices to that calendar. And then as you can see, I do have some blank weeks here, and I will go back and fill these out with the different memories and the adventures that we took on vacation. Now here is the summer bucket list. I do want to incorporate some of these into my July goals, and then I'll be able to reference my June goals and my yearly goals. But let's go ahead and jump straight to the trackers and get these filled out before we start working on our goals. In the month of June, I only closed all 3 rings the last 5 days of the month, which were all vacation days. And I have not lost or gained any weight, which I guess is good in a way. And then the first 4 days of the month, I also closed all my rings I did not close my rings yesterday and I did not close my rings today, but Sunday when this video goes up, I am hoping to get some exercise in. I have been struggling with how to track my running since I haven't really been tracking, but should I count hiking? I'm not sure. So we may come back to revisit that. Bible in a year, I did not do anything. And for my health tracker, which I like to track on the first of the month, I actually did not do until today since we were out of town. But like I said, I did not lose or gain any weight, and the numbers are still not fantastic. I was surprised that my muscle mass increased. I guess maybe all the hiking, I don't know. And otherwise, I have a long way to go to reach my goals, but I'm hoping that these numbers will start showing some more positive results. And all of these numbers come directly from my scale, so I'm not doing any calculating or anything like that. I did miss one number, but I will get that off my phone later since I am recording on it currently. Then let's flip to the rest of the health tracker. And I did do measurements this month. I was trying to just do them quarterly, but I think I'll go back to doing them monthly. I feel like maybe this is an outlier month and the numbers don't really make sense to me, like which ones went up and which ones went down, which leads me to the thought that it would probably be better to go ahead and track these numbers monthly, at least for a while. I do feel good about this next set of numbers. 6,374 average daily steps, 2.6 average daily mileage, 514 average calories burned, 16 exercise minutes upon average, and 14 stand hours upon average. So I feel pretty good about those numbers. I definitely want to continue to make them go up, but I feel good about them. Then for books, yeah, I did not read a single book, so we'll just skip that for now. And then let's go to my Making All the Plans stats tracker. So I posted 11 videos this month, which I'm super proud of. But I want to thank everyone for watching any or all of any of the videos that I posted. Because of you, I have 2,005 views, 153 hours of watch time. I have 624 subscribers now, which is an increase of 36 or 6.1%, which is pretty amazing. And then I did start posting more on Instagram. My followers went down, but I did delete a few because they didn't seem right. But I feel good about my Instagram and the direction that I'm headed in. So I'm okay with that drop. I am interested to see how these numbers change as I increase my reel stories and posts. The other thing that I do when I am resetting for the month is make sure that all my bills are paid. So I did go ahead and do that earlier today. So I'm going to look at my summer bucket list and my June goals to see what needs to be moved over so that it's all on one goal sheet for this current month. And I did go ahead and write out my headers on my box sticker. I did just use my Kelly Creates '05 fine liner to do these. And I'm going to use the skinny washi tape, even though it's not the best for things like this. The thicker washi tape is really better for this kind of planning because I feel like I need it to take up more white space, and the thin washi tape just doesn't do that. But I did want to use the same washi tape that I used on my monthly spread, so I did go ahead and just use it here. So I'm going to start by laying out the different header box stickers for my goals, and I'm just going to keep them in generally the same area as I've had them in so far this year. It just makes it easier for me when I look at this to know where things are going to be located rather than mixing them up and moving them all around. And again, this month I am leaving out the spiritual part of my goals, but I'll talk about that in just a minute. I am going to use my dot marker, and then I did use the Kelly Creates '05 fine liner for my headers, And then I'm going to use my Friction erasable pen for the rest of the writing that I do because I tend to make mistakes. So, for my personal goals, the first one is the launch program with Mel Robbins, and this is why I'm taking my spiritual goals off the table for the next couple months. I really want to focus on getting my money's worth out of that program. And then I also want to continue focusing on a morning routine and reading a book for fun, which is one of the items that is on my bucket list for the summer. I thought I would be able to do it while I was on vacation, and I did not have time. I did chill on the deck. I've been having coffee time with my kids. I have not had a cookout. My bestie and I do have a trip planned. I have gone on a hike. Launch is my personal development. I have not watched a sunset or gone to Top Golf. I have not sat on the front porch or played pickleball or read a book for fun, but I was able to see the northern lights earlier this year. They were visible from Ohio for a couple nights, so that was awesome to be able to do that. But I do want to pick a couple of these and incorporate them into my goals. So one of them is to read a book for fun, and launch was the personal development item. For health and wellness, I am again going to write down morning routine because really that is the basis for everything. And I know I said it last month, but then last month was so unusual and full of travel. It was really hard to focus on my morning routine. So I'm actually hoping that I spend most of July at home. I also would like to close my ring 6 days a week. I don't really want to push myself to seven because then I get addicted to closing my rings, which maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I have not decided, but I don't want to push myself that hard. But I want to also do strength training 3 days a week, run 5 days per week, and then either do yoga or stretching 1 day a week. I just need to increase my flexibility and my strength. And if you pull out my goals for my HB90 Q3, they do match up quite nicely. And I think it's important to try to make them all match. So I'm not trying to do a little bit here and a little bit there. And I'm still debating again on whether or not I do need the monthly goal sheet when I have a Kanban board also. So we'll see how the months progress, but for now, I will keep it. For friends and family, I want to schedule a pickleball date, whether it's with my kids, my husband, my sister-in-law. There are lots of people that play pickleball now. I'd like to continue my coffee dates with my kids. Normally, once a week, we make some coffee and we don't necessarily enjoy it together, but we're enjoying the same beverage that we make at home. And then last but not least, I'd like to have a gathering with my dad's family. It was great to see my mom's family last weekend, and I would like to make time to spend with my dad's family as well. Financially, I would like to finalize a car for Joe. We'll see how far we get, but that really needs to be done this month. And then I really want to finish the book, Smart Couples Finish Rich. It's been on my to-do list for a very long time. Professionally, I just want to have a plan for my professional development. I need to take some certification tests, but I've taken so much training and then it's been a while since I've taken the training that I'm going to have to study. So whether it is Juniper certification or Splunk certification, I just need to figure out which way I need to go. And looking at my HB90 goals for my passion project or making all the plans, the things that I need to do this month include posting 2 to 3 videos per week for YouTube. And as you can see, I did not like how I wrote that, so I'm glad I had the eraser. But 2 to 3 videos per week for YouTube, 2 or more posts per week for Instagram. And then I would also like to try to find some time to do a YouTube playlist cleanup. And that's not in my goals or my projects or any of my tasks anywhere, but I am hoping that sometime this month I can squeeze that in and not necessarily even during making all the plans time blocks that I use, but maybe like during lunch one day, or if I'm sitting waiting for Kinsey for something, and I can do it during those times. For household, I want to look at my routine home maintenance as well as my HB90 project list to make my goals for July. So, the bad thing about using this dot tip marker is I don't know how many lines each item is going to take. So, I'm going to end up writing them all and dotting them as I go. Instead of having to pick up the dot marker every single time I start a new item. But the items for household are driveway maintenance. We're either going to like resurface or replace our driveway. I'd also like to extend it. I need to clean the exterior of our house and spray the siding. I need to do exterior paint touch-ups. I need to paint the shed hardware. I'd like to replace the lighting in the front of the house. It is original to the house, which granted our house isn't super old, but the light fixtures did not hold up very well, so I would like to replace those. I also need to clean the shed, which really will entail taking every single thing out of the shed this time, cleaning it from top to bottom, possibly putting sealant on the subfloor. I'm not exactly sure what all this will entail, so clean the shed is step number one. There may be other steps that need to follow. I also would like to wash the windows and the screens, replace and clean the dryer vent. I do have the dryer vent, I just need to replace it and then vacuum it out. And then clean and organize the garage and replace the back door. And I don't expect to do all of these things this month. These are just the things that need to be done probably in the next 2 months, maybe 3 months, depending on the weather and how quickly it changes. But I want to have it all here because I never know what the weather's going to be like. So if the weather is bad one weekend, I can clean out the garage. If the weather is great, I can do paint touch-ups, or I just need some variety so that it's not like, oh, well, it's raining, so I can't do anything on my list. And I am going to add one more thing to my personal list, and that is to create a to-do list. And it's for that same reason. Sometimes I can't do what I have planned, but I am still getting things done. So I need a place to write that down so that at the end of the month, I'm not like, oh, I failed. I didn't get anything done. So now I'll be able to look at that to-do list and say, look at all the things that I accomplished. It may not have been the exact things that I had planned, but I did get things done. And I'm thinking that I'm going to have that live in my planner, but I also might put it in one of my Leuchtturm notebooks just because I prefer to journal in the Leuchtturm and not in my planner. But let's go ahead and get this page decorated and into my planner. I do feel like last month was a success. I didn't check a ton off, but I did make progress in a lot of areas. So I'm happy. Would I have loved to get more done? Absolutely. But when I end up traveling multiple days for work and then working late, way more than I should have worked late, and all of those things, I just need to take into account that there is life beyond my task list, and I can't always control everything, which it kind of sucks. I wish that I could, but it's just not the way it works. But I really need to give myself some grace, and as long as I am making progress towards my goals and I'm not just throwing time away on things that don't matter, I feel like I should be happy with my progress and proud of myself, and I just need to stop being so hard on myself. The amount of items on this task list is daunting, and it's not even a task list, it's a goals list for the month. So imagine all the tasks that go along with this. So I just need to give myself a little more grace, be proud of the things that I am going to get done and have done so far this year, and just continue to make forward progress. And that is really what I wish for all of you as well. I am pretty excited about this month and all the possibility that it holds. I'm looking at my monthly calendar right now, and although there is a lot going on and there's probably a trip to Cincinnati somewhere in my monthly plan that I don't have on the calendar yet. I still feel like there is opportunity to accomplish quite a bit this month. But I would love to know what your goals are for the month of July. If you're willing to share them, drop me a note below. I always love to see what other people have on their plates and what they're striving for, whether it be personal, professional, or your latest passion project. And whether you are a new or returning viewer, I want to thank you. The last 10 or so days, my subscriber count has increased dramatically, and I just want to say thank you. If you do like this content and haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. But thank you to those of you who have. I definitely read every comment and I try to reply to every comment. I love hearing your thoughts and suggestions for videos or things you want me to go more into depth on. I take all that into consideration and it definitely motivates me to make more videos, and it encourages me to share my story and my journey so that it might help you to be more productive or be more confident or to look at time management in a different light. But just the thought that I am helping others, it really does motivate me to continue to put out content. But all this to say, thank you so much for watching my videos, and especially if you've made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate you. But I hope that you have a very productive July and you make huge strides to conquering your goals of the month or of the year. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.